set, go.
This program is brought to you by Canton Community Television, now from the television studios at Canton High School.
Welcome to the Dog Pound. I'm your host, Liam Doherty. Today in the Dog Pound with the manager of Thatcher Farm, John O'Manning. Mr. Manning, thank you for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
First question, please explain to us here, Thatcher Farm, what's its origin story? How did it come to be?
It was started by my great-great-grandfather back in 1891.
Mm-hmm. And, was it just him, or did he have a bunch of friends or family members?
He had a lot of friends and family members, and a lot of, some neighborhood farms that sell their milk and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right. Tell us about how you got into the business. Is it just like a family tradition, or is it just your desire to work there?
I guess I just grew up with it. My father, I followed up to my father. He was always working, and I never minded working, so I'd always go with him and help out, and he'd always need help. When I was junior high and high school and all through high school and everything, and I just enjoyed working.
All right. Briefly describe your normal week while working at Thatcher.
My normal week, it starts on Sunday. I come in Sunday and check, pretty much I get everything ready for the next day. I come in Sunday and check the emails and, print up all the orders, and then I have to, load a couple trucks, and just, I do most of the ordering. So it's just, pretty much the same thing, Sunday through Friday for me.
Mm-hmm. And does a normal day just last like normal work hours, or do you start at your own time?
I usually get there, some days 3 o'clock in the morning, some days 3:20. Mm-hmm. And I pretty much work until, everything's done. I usually get done around 4 o'clock, maybe 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, pretty long days.
Does that time vary between different seasons?
It does. We're a little bit slower during the summer because a lot of our customers go away. Mm-hmm. So, our trucks will get in earlier, and, that's why we usually get done a little bit earlier.
Describe the work environment that happens in Thatcher Farm.
Pretty much, I get there pretty early, and then I'd say around 4:30, the drivers start coming in, and then the onlines get printed at 11 o'clock at night, and the drivers will take those and load the trucks. It takes them probably 45 minutes to load the trucks in the morning, and then they just, go out, for the day, and I'm usually kind of doing all the behind the scenes stuff back in Milton.
Mm-hmm. So does this role vary between people? Does some people participate more with the shipping of the goods?
We have some people that are just on the route mainly, and then we have other people that will do some stops. For instance, one of my coworkers, Jack, will do. I think today he went out, did 25 stops, and then he'll come back, and we delivered to the Hingham Food Center, so he came back and loaded the truck up, and then went down to Hingham with, I think he brought 80 cases of eggnog and a few other things down there. So people just do all different things, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that your delivery drivers go to Hingham. Is there a certain distance that you will deliver to?
We go all over the South Shore, and then we go over to Cambridge, Belmont. I think we have a stop in Malden, and then I work with a company, this company called J&N Kids, that I buy from them and they buy from me, and they'll ship some stuff if it's out of our area. They'll they bring some stuff down to the Cape for me, that I deal with.
Mm-hmm. So
I go a little bit further.
Mm-hmm. So as a manager, tell us something that you believe is your greatest strength and why that is.
I guess just kind of dealing with the guys. We just to deal with the drivers. You just I guess I have a pretty good relationship with all the drivers and stuff, and they're always, if you treat them right, they treat you right. So I mean, I guess that's kind of how I manage everybody over there.
Do certain drivers work every single day, or do they only have a certain day that they deliver?
They work Monday through Friday.
So they deliver every single day?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, every
The process
like every
of selling. Describe the process of selling like your seasonal goods. Like you mentioned earlier, you sell eggnog. So how does that occur?
we'll put it on the website and like Instagram and Facebook and just kind of market it that way. But I mean, we had people in September calling us up, looking for it, and just people, really love it. We sell. People look forward to for when.
What type of seasonal goods do you sell?
I mean, you get the eggnog, and then like we bring in like apple cider, the pies, the blueberry pies, the apple pies, and stuff like that. So just a lot of stuff like that.
How long do you think it would take to deliver from Milton to all your customers? Is it like a long process, or does it usually take an hour or two?
I mean, depends. Like some route, like for instance, one of our drivers I think he had 96 stops in Jamaica Plain on Tuesday, and they were all close together. I mean, 96 stops, I mean, that's a lot of stops, but they were all close together, so it probably takes him 8 hours to do that route.
Mm-hmm. And you said that you were a manager, and have you ever wanted to deliver, or have you ever delivered?
Yes, I mean, I started out delivering, when I graduated high school and stuff like that, and then I've kind of, I ended up hiring somebody to do the route that I was doing, and I would go out and try to get like new customers and all that stuff. But it's just so busy now with we order from so many different people, so I'm always doing inventory and just whatever has to get done.
Mm-hmm. So what separates Thatcher Farm from other dairy companies? Is there something special that you guys do?
I mean, I think the service. We're always, people are always calling us up. I just had a guy just call me about 5 minutes ago looking for stuff for today. And so, I mean, we're small enough that, we could get him something today if if he needed it. So, I mean, I think the service really separates us from everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Describe the future to us. Do you have any big plans for the future? Maybe a new item or something?
We just started a new website, and I think it was yesterday, we put like some new, just a few like different items, like a couple like Stonyfield organic milk and some new bagels that we're going to try out, and a few other items like that.
Mm-hmm. Looking into the future, is there anything you would like to change or improve upon, and why?
I mean, just, kind of get more customers and add in some more products and stuff like that. Just to make it more of like a grocery delivery service, to really, we're selling so many items, but I mean, I'd like to add a lot more items, I guess. We've sold like firewood, a few other things that you never really think of, that I never thought like would be selling stuff like that, but we are, and stuff like that's moving.
So you said you wanted to get more customers. Where can these people find you?
On our website at thatcherfarm.com.
Mm-hmm. And do you have a phone number that people could call?
Yes, 617-696-6000.
Thank you, Jonah, for your time today. Today we learned about Thatcher Farm from Milton, that delivers goods to people from all areas, from its history to how it's managed to its delivery process. From Canton Community Television, I'm your host, Liam Darty. Thanks for watching.
All right, thank you for having me.
Well, Kevin Brophy, David Carlson, Anthony DeLuzio, Liam Doherty, John Feeney, Tyler Finley, Tyler Kelly, Andrew Kirchhoff, Ernst Marcelin, Brendan Marshall, Carlos Mendez, Carolyn Schiavo, Madeline Smith, James Young.
Boy, it's awfully cool out here. But you know what's even cooler? The Student Station on Canton Community Television.
This program is brought to you by Canton Community Television, now from the television studios of Canton High School.
Welcome to Dog Pound. I'm your host, Carolyn Schiavo. Today we have Maddie Smith, a member of the Canton High cheerleading team. Maddie, thanks for being on our show today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about Canton High cheerleading.
We had a lot of new freshmen who joined the team this year. It was a great season. The football team did a lot better than they did last year. They won their Thanksgiving game on last Thursday. It was a good game, and yeah.
How'd you guys do in competition?
We did all right. We could have hit our stunts a little bit better, but it was pretty good.
Describe what made you decide to cheer at Canton High. What compares a game day and a competition to your teams?
I had always wanted to cheer because I've always looked up to them, and I wanted to be like them when I was younger. And game day is they cheer at the football games, and competition they cheer at actual competitions, and competition has a lot less people.
Did you have any experience with cheer before you joined?
No, I was pretty new to it, but I have danced my whole life, so I had some experience with that.
Do you like dance or cheer better?
I'd say dance is I probably like that more just because I have a lot more experience with it, but cheer is just a really great group of people, and it's a lot of fun.
How did the seniors help lift the team up, and what are some examples?
I think the seniors did a great job, lifting the team and making everyone really hype for the games, and really wanting to get our stunts and develop new ones. And they really tried even extra harder for their senior year.
What position do you help out in stunts? Explain your role.
I help with back spotting, where I'm in the back and I help lift the girls up that. I've done all the roles, and yeah, backing's one of my favorites.
What do you think is the hardest role?
The hardest is probably basing, just because you're lifting 100-pound girl in the air with and putting them over your head and stuff, and it's a lot to do.
What is your favorite part of stunts and why? Flying, back spot, front spot, base?
My favorite was either backing or flying. Flying is, you think that it's a lot harder than it actually is. It's more just the mental thing than actually what you're doing. That's hard about it.
Why did you choose that role?
I chose my role because they kind of just gave it to me because I was taller than the other people in my group. So that's usually why the back spots are there, because they're taller than the other ones.
Do you have to be tall to be a back spot?
It helps a lot, especially when you're doing extensions, and that's when the flyer goes over the rest of the group's heads, because you don't have to go on your tippy toes and stuff, and yeah.
Every team has its strengths. Tell us one thing about the team, one thing the team struggled with, and something that you folks do well.
One thing we do really well is our bond together is like really connected, and when like we go to competition, our best things we do are like pyramid and our like dancing and our jumps as well.
What is something you struggle with?
Something as a group we struggle with, we could use some more tumblers on the team just because most of our tumblers next year are gonna leave us because they're all seniors, and yeah.
Explain how the coaches add to the team.
Coach Parker has been our coach for quite a bit now. She's brings a very positive attitude to the team, and she really brings up and tries for us to get a lot of new stunts. But recently we just got a new assistant coach named Jenny, and she is one of the sweetest people I know, and she tries so hard for us to get new stunts and stuff. But she's also like very serious when it comes to like safety. So like if a flyer hits the mat, which is like when they hit the ground, then like she's very serious and like she makes us run laps about it.
Has a flyer ever fallen?
Yeah, it happened a lot more in the beginning of the season when we were getting our new stunt groups, but it still happens occasionally, and it's like very serious when it happens.
Has anyone ever gotten hurt?
Not this year, but last year, right before competition, Leah fell out of an extension and she got a concussion and was out for competition.
Tell us about that. Tell us about the stunts that you worked on and how they improved.
So in my group, we've been working on extensions and libs. And libs are when there's like a flyer on one leg up in the air, and extensions are over the head stunts.
What do you think is the hardest stunt you worked on?
I'd say libs, just because it's more like we can all physically do it. It's just we're trying to get the timing right, and it's very serious when we're up there.
What do you think is the easiest stunt you worked on?
Probably just like a normal half. That's when she's like, her feet are like right near her shoulders, and then yeah, we learned those like the first week.
Did the coaches teach you harder stuff as the season went on?
Yeah, in the beginning of the season, it was a lot easier, but it was all very new to us because none of the new freshmen had ever cheered before. But now we're working on just like more harder stuff. But the season just finished on Thanksgiving, so now we're trying out for basketball season.
Do you think the freshmen have improved this season?
Yeah, a lot, because when they first got here, then they didn't know anything, and now they're doing some pretty hard stuff.
Explain what goes into getting cheerleader of the week.
It honestly depends on the week, but I'd say most of the time it's like a good attitude and like really trying your hardest, or maybe if you got like a really hard stunt that you've been progressing to the whole week or something, then that's usually what goes into it.
Finally, describe your favorite part of cheerleading.
My favorite part of cheerleading is the group and just like the aspect of it. Like it's just so fun, and it's like it's such a cute little sport that we love to do, and the people make it so much fun.
Thank you, Maddie, for your time today. We look forward to watching you cheer in the years ahead. For Canton Community Television, I'm Carolyn Schiavo. Thanks for watching.
This is an F-period production featuring Joe Blizzard, Viola Buffalo, Kevin Brophy, David Carlson, Colin Davis, Anthony DeLezia, Liam Doherty, John Feeney, Tyler Finland, Tyler Kelly, Andrew Kirchek, Ernst Marcellin, Brandon Marshall, Carlos Mendez, Carolyn Schiavo, Madeline Smith, and James Young. This was brought to you by the Student Station on Canton Community Television.
You're watching the Student Station on Canton Community Television.
This program is brought to you by Canton Community Television, now from the television studios of Canton High School.
Welcome to the Dog Pound. I'm your host, Robbie Dixon, and I'm here with the freshman on varsity, Alyssa Wong. Thank you for being here today. Tell us about the tryouts for the team.
The tryouts were really hard. It was a lot of conditioning, but it was nice to see how all the older girls play and to meet everyone. It was definitely hard. The running was really hard, but it was fun to meet everyone and the coaches.
Did you make any relationships with any of the older girls or coaches on the team?
All the captains were super nice, so it was easy to bond with them. And the new assistant coach, Michaela, she was also super nice and welcoming, and so was Idris.
That's good. How do these tryouts compare for sports when you were younger?
Sports when you're younger, there's you're not really playing with girls that are 4 years older than you.
Yeah.
And there's never really that many people there. So it was just really hectic and there was a lot going on.
Do you think playing with girls 4 years older you makes it more fun or more challenging?
It's both because it's easier to improve and you just get to learn new things from them.
What type of things did you learn from them?
I learned some new moves and stuff and how to place my shot.
Yeah. Explain how excited you were when you made the team.
When I made the team, I was really excited because soccer is my favorite sport, so I really wanted to make varsity. I was also really nervous, though, because I knew that the level was really high and that playing with them would be really hard.
Have you been playing soccer your whole life, or have you started recently?
I've basically been playing for my whole life.
What grade did you start?
I started in kindergarten.
Oh, that's good. Describe what went on at your first practice.
At my first practice, it was a lot of learning the drills and learning people's names and how everyone plays.
Yeah. What type of drills did you do at your first practice?
It was a lot of passing drills and a lot of shooting, just to learn how everyone does it and where they like the ball.
What position do you play?
I play forward and midfield.
Do they have separate drills for different positions?
Most days we do drills together, but some days if we're focusing on specific things, we'd split up by position.
Tell us about what you liked or disliked about the first practice.
Well, first practice I wasn't really expecting to run as much as we did, so it was rough because it was really hard and I just wasn't expecting it. So.
What were you expecting?
I was expecting to learn names, just do some passing, some basic stuff, but we jumped into it really fast because the season was starting soon.
Yeah. Tell us about how the first game was.
Our first game was against North Attleboro, and it was away right after school, so it was kind of crazy, getting changed right away and hopping on the bus. But when we got there, we found out it was a grass field, and it was one of our only games on grass. But it was a really good game. I got my first assist that game to Georgia, so it was one of my favorite memories the whole entire season.
Did you win that game?
Yeah, we did 3-0.
What did you like or dislike about that game?
I disliked how little time we had to warm up and how rushed we were. But I really liked my playing against the other team and learning the dynamic of how everyone else plays.
Do you usually like playing on turf better than grass?
Yes, I do usually like playing on turf better. The ball moves faster and it's evener.
Yeah. How do the practices compare to the games?
Well, during practice, you know what people are gonna do. you like get a sense of like where they're gonna go, but in games you have no idea where they're gonna go or what they're gonna do. So you have to like always be ready for it.
Yeah. Tell us about how your team has been doing in the games you've been playing.
Well, we had a really good season this year. We only lost a few games, and we did beat some really good teams, but we also tied games we should have won. But overall, we had a good season, making it to the second round of playoffs. So.
Yeah. Explain how well you've been doing in the games.
In games, I think I've been doing all right. It kind of depends on the game sometimes, but I try to make the most of every opportunity I get on the field.
Do you have any goals?
Yeah, I scored my first goal against Mansfield. It was really exciting because it was in the last 2 minutes to tie the game, and I was really happy about it.
How many assists do you have?
I think I had 4 or 5 assists.
Tell us about when you made varsity. Were you excited, nervous, or both?
I was very nervous and excited because I really wanted to make this team and to play with them. But I was also nervous because I knew we had some really good players on our team and that it would be hard to compete for playing time against them. But once you get to know them, they're really nice girls, and the season was really fun with them.
Explain how challenging the practices and games have been. Do you think there would have been a difference between varsity and JV?
Well, varsity, I think we take our practices really seriously. Like, the games were definitely really challenging, but yeah.
Does varsity and JV practice together?
We did once, and we scrimmaged against JV.
Did you win?
Yeah.
By a lot?
Like a couple goals, yeah.
Oh, good. Explain what it is like being one of the only freshmen on the team.
It was really challenging being one of the youngest girls on the team because we were like expected to play as well as all the older girls did. So there were some high expectations for us because it's not easy being a freshman on varsity. You have to play up to their level.
Do you think you did a good job playing up to their level?
I tried my best playing up to their level, and I know all the other freshmen did too. And it was like we improved a lot throughout the season playing with them, so it was really good for us.
Was it challenging getting up to their level? Do you think you got up to their level?
I think we definitely all improved. I don't know if we're all up to their level yet, but we're like getting better, and it's easier to get better when you're playing with people that are better than you.
Do you think by the end of your high school career you will be up to their level?
Like, if we keep on playing with people that are better than us, we'll keep on improving every day, so.
Thank you, Alyssa, for being in the Dog Pound today, and thanks for telling us about your opinions on varsity soccer. From Canton Community Television, this is Robbie Dixon.
This has been a BRC production by Catherine Budway, Grady Carr, Nicholas Crow, Robert Dickinson, Samuel Duty, Jasmine Finland, Vlad Francoeur, Isabel Fritos, Nolan Harney, Ryan Hart, Tiana Kolakithis, Declan Monahan, McKenna Morris, Wyatt Proctor, Michael Sayers, Teddy Schumann, and Charles Zach.